gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to the channel. So in the Brink wheel boxes right here are my old fuel cycles, and oh my goodness, these things are filthy. Those there are the wheels I pulled off the Tundra when I put the Brink wheels, the Brink fangs, in this titanium finish right here. Also a huge difference in weight between the fuels right here in the box and the Brinks currently sitting on the truck. Very noticeable. When I was carrying those things right there, I was like, wow, that is much heavier than these wheels right here. And that's what comes to territory of a flow formed wheel. They are lighter, they are stronger, so definitely a more quality wheel, but I just can't get used to the gray, the titanium finish here on the blue wrap. It's been throwing me off so much lately. So I'm gonna pull these things off the tire and put the fuels back on to get my blue and black theme going on here. They have a black, they have this titanium finish, and a bronze as well. And I went with these right here thinking, you know, something new and different, but I'm not really digging that as much as I thought I would. Even though a lot of you guys seem to love it, I'm just not really on board with the gray on the blue. So that is the first assignment for today, is to put the old wheels back on, and we're doing some graphics right here on the side of the Tundra. I say we head on down to Selena's Wheel and Tire and throw the old fuels back on, swap those out for the Brink wheels right here, and then throw on the graphics and see how she looks. Let's get it. And just like that, back to basics, all black and blue. Looking good, dude. That's so much better. Not the wheel, I mean just the color scheme, dude. Like, I messed up going the titanium finish for sure, but it's all good. We're gonna work on something different in the future. I think we're doing something a little bit different, bronze next time, because with the new wrap idea I have in mind, which I'm like 90% sure I'm doing, like in the last hour I decided, it's gonna look pretty sick with the new wrap. So I'm back down to the garage and throw down some graphics. It's gonna be pretty sweet, I think. So we're doing a graphic from like pretty much the bedside. I'll show you guys right now, but it's bedside and a little bit into the door, which also, by the way, none of you guys guessed right. So in this package right here is the graphics, and every one of you guys on Instagram guessed the light bar. So you guys were all wrong. Nobody guessed it right, but anyways, yeah, let's head on back down to the garage and throw them on, see how it looks. Let's get it. Alrighty guys, so we're throwing down some mud splatter decals to go here on the bedside and a little bit into the door right here. I went with the matte black option because I feel like matte black's just the way to go, because everything on my truck is a matte type black finish. Like all the plastic trims right here, I have satin black wheels, the rock sliders, all this plastic stuff right here, even my roof is wrapped in a matte PPF. Therefore, I feel like the matte black mud splatter is the way to go, which was also why I was very eager to get these black wheels back on, because it just goes with the entire just flow of everything. This is for the upper bedside, and then that goes towards the rear doors, and this part right here will cut off. And this is the part that goes onto the rear door, continuing this splash right here. So yeah, there you guys have it. Install it either wet, the wet method, or the dry method. I think dry method's a lot better for smaller decals. When it comes to something this big, the wet install is the way to go. So I have my soapy solution right here. It's pretty much just water and a couple of drops of Dawn dish soap. And that way we can spray on the, bedside, put the decal on top of it, and then have some room to play with it so we can then slide it around. And that's why you use a soapy solution, to be able to sort of move the decal around. And then once it's where you want it, then you start to squeegee out the solution. So we'll go with the wet method right here. The instructions are pretty dynamic, but it's pretty straightforward. So let's get to cutting off this part of the decal right here. We'll spray down the bedside, clean it off really good first. That is step number one, because the foundation to a successful vinyl wrap or decal install is prep. Alrighty, so I'm gonna wipe it down really quick first with this prep spray right here, which is pretty much just isopropyl alcohol and some other type of stuff. All right, this looks way different than the photo on eBay. So for starters, there was a lot more going on back here. This whole area here was filled out with decal. And then in the image on the photo on eBay, the design stopped right about here. And they added this right here. And this area for the door is way more narrow than the photo shows on eBay. So I might have to do some modifying of this right here, maybe cut them out and spread them out a little bit so it's more, just looks more like in uniform with the bedside here, because that does not look right. All right, so I'm gonna remove the decal for now, spray the entire bedside down with the soapy water, peel the decal, place it where I want it, then squeegee out the solution, then we'll peel off the transfer tape. Keeping the transfer tape real low, because if I come at it with an angle, it'll pull the decal up. Now I didn't squeegee all of it down because the transfer tape here started wrinkling really bad, so I'm gonna kind of fix that once I get this transfer tape off, but it's on there enough to keep it in the place I want it, and I'll come back to it and squeegee down each decal individually. In the meantime, just nice and slow, nice and low. Squeegee the edge down a little bit, and that should keep it in place. Nope, nope. There we go. Like so. Oh, I'll admit, laying down decals is not my thing when doing it wet, because wet installs are not my thing whatsoever. I'm really good at dry install, like vinyl wrap. It's my thing. That's where I'm at. But this whole wet install thing, dude, it's pretty stressful. Okay, we're doing good though. We're doing good. Oh, stay there. Dude, that looks so sick. Honestly, it doesn't look bad just keeping it right there on the bedside only. What? That's so sick. Okay, I'm gonna set you guys right here and continue to squeeze down the decals, keep everything nice and wet. And then instead of using a hard card like this one right here, because I'll probably end up wrinkling the film, I'm gonna use a hard card with a soft edge to it that I use for vinyl wrapping. So that way I won't like crease it, because if I crease it, I gotta lift it up, heat it up, it's a whole mess. So everything nice and wet. And then we'll use a soft card right here and make sure everything is nice and squeezed out. This area right here, I had issues with the transfer tape being on the decal still, because it kind of dips into this area here on the bedside, kind of recesses, so it made the transfer tape all kind of wrinkly, so I took it off right there. And luckily the decal is kind of all in smaller pieces. If it was one solid piece, decal material, which is different than the vinyl wrap, this is made to be more pliable and to work around like edges and stuff like that. But decals, they don't form. They're mainly made to be on flat surfaces, so it's really hard to get them to contour. If it was one solid piece, this would be really tough, but this is pretty easy right here. So far so good. Nice and level with the top of the bedside right there. Looking good, dude. So I dried down the surface of it just to see if I have all the air or the water out from the underneath of the vinyl. So you can see areas kind of like that right there. Once the top's dry, you can see it better. So I'll push all those little guys out with the hard card, and you'll see the water shoot right out the bottom, just like that. But dude, overall looking pretty good. This one right here. All right, so for the door decal, I'm thinking I'll cut off like this bottom portion, just that part right there, and then lower it ever so much to where it just kind of goes in more evenly with this part, like the lowest portion of the bedside decal, and the upper part of this part on the door here can go in with the highest part of the bedside decal there. So it's more just uniform. This doesn't look like it goes with with this part of the decal. So much better, but I think we need to fill the gap in a little bit. So I'll probably take those 3 right there and then move those down a little bit, but that's a little bit better though. Perfect. Okay, so now that everything's nice and even too, here on the cab corner and here on the bottom of the door, and nice and uniform with the decals there on the bedside too. So I think we're looking good. Just like that. Let's peel it and stick it. Let's go. I cut down the middle of this door gap right here, let it dry for about 5 minutes, and then I laid it into the edge right there. So now it's all kind of cured and dry and whatnot. Now I should probably let it cure for probably at least 4 or 5 hours, maybe even a whole day before I wash the entire truck, because I'm sure some of the edges are still prone to getting lifted up if you were too aggressive with it. So, but yeah, making sure, oh, just a little water pocket right there. But yeah, definitely important to get all the water out while it's still curing. Otherwise you'll never get it out, because the surrounding area where the water's trapped will dry and cure and you can't push it out anymore. So definitely a major key to make sure all that water is out. Just like that, dude. Check this out. So sick. It's my first time doing bedside graphics or anything like this, and came out pretty cool. I'm loving how the uniform, like matte black and sky blue theme is going on too. The satin black finish here on the wheels, the rock sliders, the graphics here, the roof is all matte black. The plastic trims all look matte black too. So it's a nice uniform look. I'm loving that too. Yeah, the graphics came out sick, even though they look nothing like that eBay photo, that's for sure. As you guys can see right here in the photo on the eBay listing, a little bit different than this right here, that's for sure. A lot more going on back here in the photo. It's more filled out, and then this looked a bit different, so I had to like break it up and whatnot, but came out pretty cool nonetheless. So I am liking it for sure, dude. I can already see the mixed reviews. Some of you guys are gonna hate it, some of you guys are gonna love it. I know. Go ahead and let me know. Get out all your frustrations in the comments below. It's all good. It's all good. I like it. It's like a giant RC truck now with the graphics. Now I'm thinking too, we should probably add some more graphics too, or some maybe some decals too of the companies I've either used or worked with down here, maybe on the lower part of the door. To kind of like continue the decal like thing going on right there on the bottom of the doors to run off the mud splash maybe. I don't know. Ideas are percolating, but I took off the Toyota badge as well because it was glossy black, and I plastic dipped it to a black to match the rest of the trims. So the plastic dip has like a sort of a satin finish to it. So I sprayed that with 2 coats of plastic dip, and now, just like that, everything is nice and uniform. So we're pulling up tomorrow to a truck meet at Rancho Santa Margarita Toyota, up there in RSM. So about to shut it down real quick. If you guys are in the area, pull up. If you guys see this before then, which you probably won't, but it's all right. Look at that, check that out. Nice and uniform. Now it goes in with that grill. Now everyone's doing the TRD Pro grill too, by the way. I'm the only one left out, not doing mine yet. I have the grill, but I didn't want to install it yet because of the 3 amber lights that go on top. You can't get that yet. There's no part number for it yet. And the light bar here in the middle too, which I guess some guys picked up from eBay or whatever. And it's an OEM part, but I didn't want to do the grill until I found those 3 amber lights and that light bar in the middle from the dealership. So I guess I'll do it anyways in the next couple of videos. But anyway, the bedside decals here look pretty freaking sick, dude. Raptor vibes going on here, pretty tight. And that matte black was the way to go. They have like 20, I think it was 21 colors to choose from, and even carbon fiber. So I'll drop a link to the link below to the, yeah, that made no sense. I'll drop a link to the eBay listing for this right here for the 22 Tundra. It is vehicle specific. It's cut around the taillight nice and perfectly too, so pretty cool look right there. But yeah, dude, it's pretty much a wrap for today. No pun intended. Well, it's not a wrap, it's a decal, but anyways, that is pretty much it. And we have the black wheels back on, looking just, it looks good, dude. Looks so sick. So yep, little by little, we are slowly chipping away. I got a few things in the works. I've so many packages either arriving soon or sitting in my kitchen right now. So we got some work to do, but that there is pretty much all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a comment below if you guys love it, if you guys hate it, or if you're somewhere in the middle. Let me know. Until next time, see you guys soon. Peace.